Well, what is up, my friends? How are you tonight? Woo! My name is Taylor, and I'm so glad that you're here. Real quick, look to someone next to you, wave to them, and say, I'm so glad you're here. 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 I'm so glad you're here.
Welcome to Revolution Interview Night.
What are you... Oh, Taylor. This is Christian. Everyone say hi, Taylor. Christian.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Why am I sitting down?
We already talked about this.
We didn't... We have not talked about anything.
I emailed you 32 questions.
32 questions? One, I don't check my email. Two, 32 questions seems like a lot.
No, some of them were simple, like what's your favorite color and things to warm you up. But if you didn't look at them, how is it supposed to work? You told me get 2 chairs out for an interview night. That's what I did.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you interviewing me right now?
That's what you told me to do. I wrote you.
No.
Christian, I planned a whole thing.
No, this is for later. This is for the lesson later. What questions were you going to ask me? Are they interesting questions? Like, would they want to hear the answer to these questions?
Yeah.
What questions? You can ask 2 of them.
You want me to ask 2 of them? One was going to be, when was the last time you wet the bed? I mean, it's a serious question.
I can't remember.
Yeah, see, that was one. See, it was fun questions. And other ones were, like... So one that I really want to know is, what did you want to be when you were growing up? I know you wasn't a youth pastor.
You know for a fact it wasn't a youth pastor.
I've known you too long.
I wanted to be a sports journalist.
Wait, really?
Couldn't you imagine me on ESPN?
That's a boring answer.
No!
That's a boring... Wait, as a kid?
Couldn't you see me? Like, good evening. Welcome to Monday Night Football. My name's Taylor. I'm joined with...
And welcome to ESPN. You're fired.
Forget this. I don't want to do this interview anymore.
Fine.
I don't want to do this.
I'll send you the questions. We'll do it next week.
I don't want to do this interview anymore. So we have a good night planned for tonight. We have a good night planned.
Interview.
We have a great night planned. And I want to start with a game. In this game...
I like games.
You need one item for this game.
Ooh.
And if you don't have this item, find a friend next to you that has this item so you can participate in the game. Make sense?
Is it an item that we're sure people will have?
All you need is a phone.
Oh.
Okay, if you got a phone,
that's pretty good.
You're set. If you don't have a phone,
then share it.
Find a friend next to you that has a phone. And here's the best part of this game. Everybody gets to play. And here's even the best part of the game. You get to play from your seat.
Oh.
Like, you don't have to move. You can sit down right there.
I like these games.
It's been a long week. Hasn't it been a long week? You're tired. You're exhausted. I know I am.
I like these games.
So we have a game from your seat right there that you play. But I need you to get out your phone. And I need you to open the camera on your phone.
That's a scary thought.
That's very scary. So I'm going to explain what the game is now before people are like, what is happening right now? So here's the game. The name of the game is called Freeze It. Say Freeze It.
Oh, like
Cheese
like
It. Like Cheese It.
Whoa. Like Cheese It.
Like Cheese It. Yes, kind of like Cheese It.
Okay.
But the game of the game is not Cheese It, it's Freeze It. So here's how it's going to work. We're going to put our tech team. Everyone wave at our tech team, by the way. They're amazing. They're awesome. Yeah, tech team.
They're like tech team angels.
They make the magic happen. The tech team makes the magic happen. So they're going to put on the screen a video that's going to keep looping. You're going to have 30 seconds just going to keep looping. You're going to have 25 seconds to take a picture when the item, whatever's on the screen, whatever item's on the screen.
Don't dance or anything. I just saw they were filming as I did a little dance. Be careful what you do.
I'm not going to move. I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to stand right here. The object on the screen is going to keep going back and forth. You're going to see whatever the object is. And there's going to be a white circle somewhere or a white outline somewhere on the screen that the item will pass through. Your job is to take a picture of when the item passes directly into the white outline. It has to be completely in the outline.
That sounds tough.
It's very tough. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a few rounds of this, and we're going to see who has the most correct pictures or pictures with the outline in, and they'll get a little prize from us. Make sense? Sound good?
I can picture like 50 photos per round. I'm going to get it.
Oh, you reminded me of a rule.
Oh.
You reminded me of a rule. Let me be very clear. I got to be honest, I don't know Android users, but for iPhone friends, you may not use the photo burst option. It's not how this game works. You can't just, it's where like you hold down the picture button and it like takes those pictures like that. Did you like that sound effect?
I didn't know it did that.
It makes that noise too. It takes a bunch of pictures and then you could just like go through and select it. This has to be like a tap the camera at just the right time. Make sense?
I'm going to test you.
No cheating with photo burst. All right, well, let's do, you can test right now? See, so look what happened. See, you just took, it looks like one big picture, or one big video, but it's like a bunch of pictures.
Oh, I didn't know it did that.
It's going to change your life. I don't know why I said that.
Radically.
I don't know why I said that. So here's the deal. When Christian and I say 3, 2, 1, go, you're going to have your cameras
3, 2,
ready.
1, go.
In a second, when Christian and I say 3, 2, 1, go, we're going to move out of the way, and you're going to have your camera ready. You can use any of the 3 screens to do this.
No, what I'm going to do when you get out of the way, I'm going to go.
Are you just going to duck?
Look,
should I just sit?
Look,
we can just sit.
Oh,
we can just sit in the chairs.
And we got to do different poses. I like that.
Different poses? Okay. All right. Are you ready? Do you have your phones out, ready to go?
Get your phone out. Yeah, he's ready. There you go.
You call it.
He's in my small group. I got to call him out.
You got to call him out. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
Was that good enough dive?
Yeah, I think so. It hasn't even. Oh, we have plenty of time.
We had plenty of time. We have plenty of time.
Woo.
I think we should narrate.
Go!
This would hurt.
Look at that guy's face. What do you think's going through his mind?
He is probably frightened.
As this. Now wait. If you get it, you need to wait, and we'll check the phones at the end of it.
Keep trying. Keep trying.
She photo bursted.
No bursting. It has to be exactly in the outline.
If it's exactly in it, Taylor said he's a $5 bill for everyone that gets it.
A $5 bill.
Just kidding.
And time is up. All right.
Do I have to get back up?
All right. Now, we got to get up now.
Oh my gosh.
We got to get up now.
So many rules.
All right. So if you got it, now hold on. Let me explain something. It has to be completely in the outline. Like you can't just be like half in, half out.
Let me check yours.
Let's take one for proof.
She thinks she has it. Let's see.
She did.
Whoa.
Wow.
That was $5.
That was good. I'll Venmo you. Wow.
Venmo you?
I don't carry cash. Sorry. Dang millennials, they don't carry cash.
I don't trust
All right, raise your hand if you got it. Raise your hand. Oh, these guys are pretty good. All right.
I think he cheated too.
That seems real. This seems like a
screenshot
suspect.
Of something. That's not a real photo.
Got it. Dang, we got some good. Oh my gosh. I believe you all. Good job.
Oh my gosh.
You don't get money.
I'm
gonna give $5 to all of you. I believe it.
No cheating. Don't take a picture of someone's phone.
The rounds get harder. Here we go. All right, have your phone up, ready to go.
Don't step on my thing.
What happened? Are your wires falling out?
Yes. I'm like Superman in Superman 3, the cyborg one.
The cyborg one? You're the Terminator? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I hurt myself that time.
I got to be careful. The more we sit down like that, I'm going to bust a knee or something.
Yeah,
Oh, that one looks strange. You know what? I've always wanted a llama.
Yeah, this one's tougher.
Would you want a llama as a pet?
I would want a llama as a pet. I think llamas would be loyal.
I'd want to shave it.
Llamas just scream loyalty to me.
Loyalty?
Llamas would be very loyal. This one's tough.
I wonder if there's fainting llamas or sleeping llamas.
Oh, time's almost up. We got to get up. Hey, time's up. Wow. Are you okay?
No, I told you.
Christian's struggling. All right. Now.
Can't be that he's cheating somehow. Whoa. I don't trust my small group.
Ah! It's the same people. I'm being overwhelmed.
We need new people.
Good job.
New people.
You got 3? Well, you only need 1.
Well, I got 3, so.
But you only need 1. Thank you. Wow, good job. Okay. Where'd you go? Were you drumming?
No, I had to put them back there. I can't. They're going. All right. I'm gonna bust my knee.
We got some pretty good ones.
I can't even get it one time.
I think you should try. Do you want to see Christian try this round? I think you should try this round. All right, here we go. But remember, you got to do it from your seat.
You got
to do it from your seat. We can't block the screen.
I can't do it from here.
I don't know. All right, phones up, ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hang on.
Get your phone ready. Round 3. Oh, it's like, oh, geez. Nope, it's not in all the way. 10 seconds left. Now, the different directions throw it off, too. And stop. Did you get it, Christian?
I got one where it wasn't even in there.
I wish the camera could get that.
You know what you can do?
Did you get it?
Wait, when you take a picture, you can scroll back, so they're scrolling it back.
Can't be a live photo. Cannot be a live photo.
But how do you know that they're not doing that?
They probably are cheating. That's why there's no cash prize to this game. The stakes are too high.
Yes, no, that one's blurry.
That doesn't count. Get out of here. That doesn't count. That's not right on.
You're blurring it. There's no way you're doing it. You're doing the live shot and freezing it.
Is that a live photo?
I'm gonna.
I don't believe you.
I'm gonna watch.
Good. That one's good.
I'm gonna have to watch.
Corbin, no live photos. No live photos.
I'm gonna watch him this time.
You're gonna watch him.
I'm gonna go watch him.
Good idea. Yeah, Christian's gonna go down. We got got someone who's being a little what's the word today? Sus? Is that what the word is?
You?
Suspect. Yeah, various. Yeah, Christian's gonna go monitor some.
Where'd he go?
Christian's gonna go monitor Corbin, make sure there's no live photo of funny business happening here. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. Get your phones up, ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Yes, you are. You're taking pictures multiple times. Yeah,
Christian, make sure you're watching.
He's just pushing it multiple times. He's pushing it every single time. That is cheating. He's like, blah, 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 blah.
Ooh, is this go Eagles? Go Gators?
Go Gators. No, Eagles. Why Eagles?
Fly.
If it was an Eagles jersey, there'd be a big L on it.
I gotta sell my Carson Wentz jersey.
L for loser. Just kidding. At least you're not a Cowboys fan. He's going like this.
And time's up. All right.
So let me show you what Corbin was doing. Ready?
What was Corbin doing? I need to know.
Hold my mic.
I need to know.
Hold my mic, bro.
Hold my mic.
Like this.
I mean, technically that's allowed.
But I'm just saying. He was doing it that way.
That's allowed. You got it again?
Did.
Wow.
Because he, you know what? He probably does good at his homework. He's gonna have a cramp. You're getting arthritis by the time you're 18.
True. That's what's that? Dexterity. That's that dexterity.
Nice
you
word.
Like that? You like that word? That's
nice.
That's $1 million word right there. All right, we're gonna do 2 more rounds.
Kelly, did you get it?
2 more rounds. I failed.
Who said I failed?
That counts. That counts. Good job. Yeah. Levi's just like, I failed. I don't know.
What?
Did
Can
you get
we pose
it?
for him?
Oh,
what?
Yeah, that's in.
Oh, that's good.
In. That's in. Okay. All right.
How come I stink at this?
Christian,
Why am
you
I
need
so
to try
bad?
better. Ooh, that is just barely off. Look at it. Look at the top.
I'm just going to quit at life right now and go sit.
Barely off, too. That's on. That's on.
Corbin, we know you get it, Mr. Lightning Fingers, okay?
All right, here we go.
I can't do it.
2 more rounds. You can't do it? Try again. Do you want me to try? I'll try this time.
You do it this time. I feel like a failure.
I'll try this time. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh. Ah! Which one do I even look at? This one?
Yeah, I guess. Good luck, Taylor. I'm counting on you.
There's like a glare right here.
I know. I'm counting on you, though. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's a... What?
Oh,
wait.
yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
when does it go? Wait. How is...
Oh, right there.
What in the world?
Oh, yeah, right. Not a chance in this world.
This, didn't you? I swear you picked that one. You've only got like one chance.
Oh, did I get it?
No.
That was so close.
I'll give you $1 if you got it.
I'm not even trying. I can't do that.
You got 4 seconds. No, you don't.
I can't do that.
I told you it's harder than it looks, isn't it?
All right.
That one is insane.
Nobody got
right?
that.
That's nuts.
Nobody got that. Nobody.
Wait, look who's coming.
Got
wait, look
that.
who's coming.
If this can't be, hold on. Oh, that's in.
Wait, no, it's not. The white is down below. Look underneath it. There's some. There's color.
Is it?
Look, there's color. There's white.
Oh, I thought it was its mouth. No, you're right.
There's no mouth
right.
on it.
You're right.
I almost gave her $1.
We got it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, almost.
Okay, she got it.
That's right on.
That's like
that's
twice
right
in a
on.
row.
That's right on. That's right on.
I didn't mean to burst your bubble. I'm sorry. There's a little bit underneath it. Sorry.
That was a tough one.
Was that mean?
No. We gotta be fair. We gotta be fair judges in this game.
Yeah, because I'm all about that.
Being a fair judge.
I watch American Idol. I know how judging works.
Watch American Idol.
I watched like 28 seasons of that stuff.
Does anyone miss Simon Cowell? I miss Simon Cowell.
Oh, dude, he's on that the Britain's Got Talent. He's awesome on that.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I love Simon Cowell. I miss him. No. Thank you though.
What'd he just do?
No, it doesn't count. It's like not fully in the thing, you know.
It's shaking like a ghost.
It's shaking.
Man.
All right, here we go. One more round. This one's gonna be tough, I think.
Well, that one was. I mean,
that one was a little hard. The tech team, I think, has been cooking up like they got a plan. They got a good one for this last round. So, tech team, are you ready?
They waved.
All right, thumbs up. I think that wave means they're ready, or that wave means stop. I don't know which one it is. So.
Wait, let me look again. He said stop.
No, the thumbs up. Okay, no, that's a thumbs up. That's a thumbs up.
He gave me a stop at first. Like, who?
That's a thumbs up. I hope that's a thumb. All right. All right, on your mark. Get set, go. Round 6, here we go. Oh, this one. You could do this one.
Okay, that seems like that should be number 1.
Oh, but it never fully gets in the outline. Look, it's really quick.
Oh, you're right. It's like minute. Did you hear that scream? Why are they giving more time?
I'm interested to see how many people got this one. I think this one's possible. But you got to be really quick.
It's like we're giving away like
Harrison?
He thought we were getting straight A's for next year.
That was Harrison. You got it? The first try? No, you didn't. You mean like you held up your phone, you went boop, and you got it? Is that right?
I can't tell.
That is. No, I don't believe you. You're laughing. No, you didn't.
What'd you do? You cheated.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
Look it. They recorded and they took a screenshot.
See, that's not going to work.
Wait, they're admitting it. She goes, that's what I did every time.
You all remember Annika's history with games, right?
Get out of
Annika,
here.
we have to check everything.
Recording and taking pictures. And look, Jason's laughing. He probably told you to do it.
Jason probably did.
He's in. I can see him. Look, he's one of those people. Look at his eyes. You can tell when he's laughing behind a mask.
It is. It is. We got to watch Annika for games.
I know. Something's going on.
Something's fishy.
I don't. Fishy.
Christian, I think you are our winner.
Tried.
I think you're our winner.
Thank you.
Tonight. You really tried. You really tried. Give it up for Christian. Give it up for Christian. I think you really tried hard. Maybe next time.
Fear of failure can't stop you. You should always try it.
Say that louder for the people in the back. That's all I got to say.
Fear of failure should not stop you. You should always try.
Fear of failure should not stop you. Should always try. There you go. Mic drop right there.
That's what I told my daughter when she was going like potty training. I'm like, look, fear of failure shouldn't. She goes, oh, try I will, Dad. Like Yoda. And she went and...
Your daughter talks like Yoda?
No. But she did potty train like quick.
That's impressive. So I want to invite our worship team up now. Make some noise for our worship team. Yeah, Christian, you're on drums tonight.
Yeah.
That was I get it. I get it. You're our drummer tonight. So one announcement, and it has to do with worship, because next Wednesday, say next week. Next week, we have our worship night. Wednesday night, it's called Arise, and we're going to have lots of really cool stuff. You do not want to miss worship night next week. So if you want to invite a friend, you can bring your friend too, but it's going to be a great night for all of us to worship together, and we're going to have lots of cool stuff. We're going to have some videos, some stuff that we get to do, like prayer stations, different things. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great experience. So please make sure you are at worship night next week. So the rest of our night, we got a good night planned. We got worship. If you love worship, make some noise, by the way. If you love worship, make some noise. Yeah. Yep. We also have a lesson that's a little bit different tonight, different style that we're doing, but we're super excited about it. And then we got small groups after that. So it's going to be a great night. But here's what I want to ask you to do. Over this next time that we have together in this big room right here. For some of us, we might love worship. Others of us, we're like, it's not our thing. Some of us, we might really want to listen to what the conversation is going to be up here tonight. We're going to talk about something that everybody can relate to. But for others of us, we might be like, the lesson isn't really my thing. I like small groups. Here's what I want to ask you to do. Eyes up here. This is super important. I want to ask you all to respect those around you. So look around you right now. Look around you. Just look around you. Look around you. Yeah, it's not just you in the room. It's not just you. You have lots of other people in this room with you. And when you talk and when you make noise and when you're distracting, when you're with your friends, it ruins it for somebody else next to you that really wants to tune in and really wants to engage with what's going on. So here's what I want to ask you to do. Be respectful of others around you tonight. If worship's not your thing, that's fine, but don't distract with people around you. If the lesson's not your thing, that's fine, but don't talk and distract with people around you. Make sense? Yep. Sound good? All right, check out this video and then stand to your feet the second it's done, and let's worship together.
amazing. He is stronger than any other. Let's see how great.
Turns into wine and open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you, none like you. And into the darkness you shine, and out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. Greater, our God is stronger, and our God is higher than any other, and our God is healer, He's awesome in power, our God, and our God. Into the darkness you shine.
You may be seated.
All right, can we make some noise for our worship team one time? Yeah. I have a friend up here with me tonight that some of you know, some of you might not know. Everyone say hi, Julia. Julia, would you be able to just introduce yourself real quick to maybe those who don't know you?
Hi, I'm Julia.
And like, what's one fun fact about you? Where do you go to school?
I go to North. I'm a sophomore. Something fun about me. We talked about favorite cereal. My favorite cereal is Pops. You know the yellow little things that taste like cornflakes?
What is it?
Pops.
Pops.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They're so good.
Oh, is it the yellow box?
Yeah, it's a yellow
with
box.
the red,
It's like
Pops in
pop,
red?
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Do you know what I do with Pops?
What?
Because you know how sometimes you can buy like the mini cereals in a variety pack? And always Pops is the last one I have directly into the garbage.
Are you kidding me?
I'm
those
sorry.
Those are my favorite.
I know now. I'll give those to you now.
For sure. I haven't bought them in a very long time because no one in my family likes them. And I don't eat cereal very often, so like I don't buy a box of Pops because I know I'm not going to eat it. So it's kind of a waste. But
man, well now we can work out a system where when I buy the mini cereal boxes,
sure.
I'll just give you the Pops.
Yeah.
So we just know that won't happen.
Efficiency, not wasting any food.
Efficiency.
It makes sense.
We're gonna be efficient here. That's what we aim for.
Saving food, it's saving food waste.
Excellent. So I will say this: we were gonna have another friend up here with us tonight. We were gonna have our friend Kelvin. Y'all know Kelvin, right? Make some noise for Kelvin real quick. Kelvin's awesome. Yeah. He texted me today. He's not feeling well. So here's what we're gonna do. Not right now. We're gonna be praying for Kelvin, and I need you all look back to the camera right now and say, "Kelvin, we love you."
Kelvin, we love you.
Love you, man. We'll see you back here soon, okay? So he was going to be up here tonight with us, but couldn't make it, so it'll be me and Julia. I want to ask you all a question, and you a question too, Julia. Do you all know, and then if you do know, do you love or hate escape rooms?
Oh, gosh.
You love them? So
I have never done an actual escape room.
You've never done an actual escape room?
No, never.
Who here has never done an escape room? Wow.
See, it's not that uncommon.
Wow.
You see, I've always wanted to do one, but my mom has really bad like claustrophobic issues.
I see.
So we've never done them as a family, so it just is not smart.
I see. That makes sense. That makes sense. So for those of you that have done escape rooms, if you haven't done it, let me explain the premise to you so you know. The premise of an escape room is where you and probably your family or a group of friends, hopefully not a bunch of strangers because that would be weird, are locked in a room. This sounds weird even explaining it now that I'm thinking about it. You are locked in a room that has a theme. The theme might be there's been like a nuclear outbreak, or there's an alien invasion, or there's a zombie apocalypse, or something weird, and you have to solve clues as a group to find your way out of the escape room. That's like the whole premise of it. And the whole goal is to escape in the time allotted. So if you get 60 minutes, you want to escape in 59 minutes and 59 seconds at the very latest, right? And these rooms are interesting and fun, but the whole premise of it is to escape. And here's why I'm bringing up an escape room. Because tonight, we're going to talk about this idea of stress. Who right now would say they're stressed? Here we go, like unanimous hands, right? Unanimous hands across the room. So I read something this week. That fascinated me. So in research done in 2019, do you remember that there was a year before 2020? Do you like breaking news, right?
Crazy.
Breaking news. There was a year before 2020. It was 2019, and the research that was done said that 70% of middle and high school students, teens, would name stress as a major problem in their life.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, here's what I would say. That number probably hasn't gone down during the pandemic. I would say that number has probably gone up and way up.
Definitely.
And here's what I know. I know that sometimes we want to feel like we want to escape from stress. So I want to talk a little bit about stress. And Julia, just be real with us, be honest. What are some things right now? Because you bring the high school perspective. Like you bring a student perspective. What are some things right now that stress you out? Because I can name mine. But it's like, moving out, moving into a new house. Like it's all adulting stuff. What are some things right now from your high school that stress you out?
Okay, so I'm going to say something that I think we can all agree with. Schoolwork It's the end of the quarter, so yes. So
You're preaching now.
the end of the quarter is so stressful. So much stuff is due, especially being a sophomore in high school. The workload's only going to escalate from this point. It's miserable.
Yeah.
Just like drama, school drama, family drama, boy drama, just overwhelming amounts of stuff that you have to get done. Like being in high school, you feel like you have to rush to everything, and it's like, I don't have time. Like I'm running out of time. That's another thing that's just so stressful.
That's good.
Yeah.
Judging by by our friends' reactions, I would say they can relate to that, right? Like you can relate to that a little bit in your world. And here's what I think about. I think about how stress, it can sometimes be, I heard this before, stress can sometimes be like a phone call. And let me explain. So a phone call can either be expected or unexpected, right? Like your phone can ring because you're expecting a call, or it can be unexpected. Stress can be like that. It can be something you expect to happen, something you know is happening, or something that unexpected that doesn't happen, or you didn't know that causes you stress. And you have a few different options with what you do with a phone call, right? Who hates talking on the phone? Where am I hate talking on the phone?
Miranda,
people?
raise your hand. I know you specifically.
Oh, wow, called out. People hate talking on the phone. So some of us, when we get a phone call, expected or unexpected, some of us, when we get a phone call, we might want to just ignore, right? Like we hit end and we flip our phone over and we're ignoring that, right? Sometimes we can hit answer and we can spend a little bit of time on it, but let's be real. If you're talking on the phone, you got it on speaker and what? You're doing other things, right? You're multitasking, just sort of going on. Other times we can like maybe FaceTime and we can have like our undivided attention, like it's just us and them on the screen, right? And have our undivided attention on our stress. But I think our default is to try and escape from our stress. See, when something happens that you don't like, you try to escape to something else. Let's get real for a little bit. And this escape, it looks differently for all of us. See, for some of us, this idea of escaping to something else, it looks like binge watching something on Netflix and trying to forget the world, right? It looks like scrolling through TikTok for hours on end, wanting to just do something mindless, right? For some of us, it looks like maybe starting up our video game system, our PS5 or Xbox, whatever we're playing on right now, our PC. Yeah, PS5 game, where you at? Me and Jacob Strode, right? So for some of us, let's get even more real now. For some of us, it might be maybe overeating or not eating at all. Some of us, maybe we don't handle food in a healthy way when it comes to stress. For others of us, maybe it's something in our relationship world, where we invest a little too much in unhealthy things in relationships, if you get what I'm saying. For some of us, it might even be self-harm, to try to release the pain and the stress that we're feeling in another way. For a lot of us, we numb or escape our pain, our stress. That's our go-to. And Julie, I want to ask you, and you can be as honest about this, as vulnerable about this as you want. What would be some real examples for you of how you try to numb or escape stress? Because I can name this giant list, and I know that there's probably something I said or something I even didn't say that someone out there relates to, but what is a way that you try to numb or escape, just to make it real for us? Just be honest.
I know personally, for me, I do a lot of throwing my problems at other people. Like instead of like dealing with things head on, I will get angry and just reflect and just push that stress onto other people and be like you have to be worried about this just like I am. And it's not like a thing I do intentionally. It just is how I cope sometimes, and like how I use, my like anger as like a way to vent.
Yeah.
Watching movies, doing anything that like can get my mind off of it. I'm absolutely not going to think about this right now. I don't need to. Yeah. And sometimes things just pile and pile and pile, and you push them down, and you're like, I don't need to worry about this right now. This is a problem for a later date. It doesn't matter right now. Yeah.
No, that's good. And I think those are two really honest and real things I think a lot of us do. And for me, I'm even thinking like at different times in my life. There's some times where I will do I'm going to binge watch. I'm going to find, I've watched every show on Netflix, but I'm going to find one more, right? Just to forget what's going on. But then there's other times too where I will get so angry. You said angry, and that resonated with me. Where I'll get so angry about something that as a way to cope with my stress, I will try to involve other people that shouldn't be involved and try to get them to buy into the fact that I have a right to be angry, or try to get them to agree with me.
Oh yeah.
and try to get them to say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, forget that person. Yeah, that person, whatever's going on. So I think that's real and honest. I think all of us can relate to that in some way. But I want us to catch this, because this is something huge. You had said it, of like you was trying to ignore it. It just like, it mounts and mounts and mounts and mounts. And here's the deal: that ignoring doesn't make something disappear. I think that's huge for us to hear today, for us to understand that ignoring something doesn't make it disappear. We can try to act like our stress isn't there, and act like our problems aren't there, and act like everything that's going on isn't there, but ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. It's still there. It's still a part of our lives. And so I want us to look today at what God has to say about our stress. And here's what you're not going to hear today. Let me be very clear. What you're not going to hear today is me flippantly, that means like nonchalantly saying, well, you just need to pray it away, and that's it. Okay? Is prayer a part of dealing with our stress? 100%, absolutely. So hear me on that. Prayer is a huge part. Bringing our problems to God, our stress to God, is a huge part of it. But is it the only thing to just flippantly say, well, just pray and everything will be better and you'll be fine? No, there's more to this. And God, in fact, talks about more to this. And we can look actually in the Old Testament. So the Bible, there's two parts to it. There's the Old Testament, which was a time before Jesus, and the New Testament, which is a time where Jesus was on this earth and after he went back to heaven. We're going to look at a book in the Old Testament that we don't often talk about. It's the book of Lamentations. Say Lamentations.
Lamentation.
Yeah, you might be like, does that involve lamb? Like the animal? like what is Lamentations? And so Lamentations, what the word in that book, like the word that you see, is the word lament. Lament. And what lament means is to express sorrow, express sadness, express grief. That's what lament means. It basically means expressing how you're feeling, and expressing it in a pretty strong way. And there's actually a book written in the Bible about this. Can you believe it? Like a book of like almost like pouring out your soul and your sadness and your grief. And there's a book that was written by what many people believe to be Jeremiah. Here's what you know about Jeremiah. Jeremiah was a prophet, not like money prophet, but like a prophet who would tell people about what God had to say. And Jeremiah and his group had a really tough life. They had really big problems. They had a reason to lament, if you will. Okay? And so Jeremiah talks about this idea of stress and pain and situations that we're talking about tonight. Some of the examples we named, some of the things we might be dealing with stress in our lives. And I want us to look at these thoughts from Jeremiah. It says this. It says, the thought of my suffering and homelessness is bitter beyond words. So let's pause right there. Bitter beyond words. It's pretty powerful. It says, I will never forget this awful time as I grieve over my loss. Yet, say yet. Yet, I still dare to hope when I remember this. The faithful love of the Lord never ends. His mercies never cease. Great is his faithfulness. His mercies begin afresh each morning. Now, do you see the difference, the two different things present here in Jeremiah's written words here? He talks about how much pain he's in. He talks about the stress and the suffering that he's going through. He describes it as bitter beyond words. He describes it as something he will never forget. He will never forget this awful, miserable, no good, very bad time in his life, right? He's very clear about that. But he also, at the same time, talks about God's goodness, God's faithfulness, God's mercy. See, Jeremiah has this ability to have two competing thoughts, right? Of my life is miserable, but God is still good. He has this ability to have two competing thoughts and have them at the same time. And in fact, he ends with the idea that God's mercies are new each morning, come afresh each morning. That means that I'm going to wake up and it's a new day. And life might be tough today and it might be tough tomorrow, but at least I get a new day. So I want to, before we move on, Julie, I want to ask you a couple questions. The first one, because Jeremiah, he does a couple things here, but one of those things he doesn't do is escape. He's not trying to escape here. He's dealing with this directly. He's dealing with this head on. And I want to ask you a question. Why is it more tempting for us to try and escape and not feel anything at all than feel what we're actually feeling?
I feel like as like people, it's easy to push our problems away and be like, my life is supposed to be good. Like, God doesn't want me to struggle. You know, that's not a part. So I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist and walk away from it. And that's obviously not what God intended. You know, not all of the Bible says that it's supposed to be good. Like, goodness is all the time. There are hardships and that you're going to have to deal with it. So I think that we think it's easier to push things away because we think we deserve happiness and that, you know, stress is not a part of life. But what we all need to realize is that stress is a part of life, that it is, you can't avoid it. It's going to be there all the time, no matter where you're coming from, no matter what you're doing, no matter what stage of life you're in. Stress is just going to be very much there. And it's easier to cope with it and be like, this is a positive and good way to deal with this stress, instead of being like, I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist and not talk about it.
Yeah. One thing that stood out from what you said, and I love this, is this idea like I don't deserve this. And I think that's a lot of even I know a lot of your stories, and even when we talk, I know that's a lot, and even in my own life, that's a big theme of whether we say that directly or not. It's this idea that we're thinking like, I shouldn't be in this mess. I don't deserve this much pain. I don't deserve this much sorrow. I don't deserve this much stress. I don't deserve it. That's like, what did I do to earn this? And I love how you said it's not a matter of like, you know, so granted, sometimes we make mistakes and we put ourselves in those situations, right? Let's be honest here. But it's this idea of like, this is an unavoidable part of life. Life is going to have stress, and we can either choose to bury our head in the sand and try to escape it, or we can face it head on. And look what Jeremiah did, because he finds the courage and strength to deal with these difficult emotions in a very specific way. This is verse 23. It says, "The faithful love of the Lord never ends. His mercies never cease. Great is his faithfulness. His mercies begin afresh each morning." See, Jeremiah once again focuses on this new start that he gets, this fresh start that he gets to face these things head on. And friends, I want you to know you can get that too today. That you get this fresh start. You get this ability to say, I might have tried to escape my stress before, tried to escape my problems before, and I've done it by doing things I shouldn't do, doing things that only numb the pain. But I'm going to start new today. And hear me, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't watch Netflix. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't eat ice cream when you feel sad. That's not what I'm saying. Sometimes it's fun to eat ice cream when you feel sad. Sometimes it's good to watch a Netflix show to decompress. Here's where the danger becomes. The danger becomes when we go to Netflix or ice cream before we go to God in the midst of our pain, in the midst of our stress. That's where the danger becomes. Because then what we're looking for is we're looking for Netflix and ice cream to heal our pain when we know that they never will. And we know that God is the one to ultimately handle our stress and to heal our pain. Because healing is what we need. So there's two things I want to encourage you to do. Sort of like, what are the next steps for this? Okay, so I have not handled stress in a healthy way. I have not done this in a way that has helped anything. So what do I do? The first thing I want to invite you to do is lament. And I said what lament was earlier. It was expressing sorrow, expressing grief. It's basically bringing your stress, bringing your pain, bring the things that you're worried about, bring all that to God. And being honest about it. You know, God doesn't need you to go, word it in just a certain way or just a perfect way. It's being completely honest, and God will meet you where you're at if you just bring him where you're at right now, if you bring the things that you're struggling with. And here's the second thing. This is what Jeremiah did. Notice this. Jeremiah, he lamented. But then the second thing he did was he named the hope. He named the hope. He didn't just leave it at, I'm bitter beyond words and my life stinks and this is so tough. He said that, but then he reminded himself about the truth of God's grace and God's mercy and God's goodness. And so for some of us today, maybe we've even done the first part. Let's get even more real. Some of us might have even already done this lament part where we've told God we're frustrated, we're mad, we feel like we don't deserve it. We've said all this to God, but what we've forgotten is we've forgotten the hope about who he is. That he is still good. That he is still faithful. That his mercies are new each day. And just because it's a bad day right now, it doesn't have to be a bad week or a bad month or a bad year or a bad life. That it might be stressful right now, but that his mercy is new each morning. And so, Julie, we talk about lament. We talk about naming the hope. And I want to ask you, what does that look like in your life? Maybe there's been a time in your life where this has happened before, or maybe there's even something been recently that maybe it's some of the stress you named earlier, and you're even discovering this right now. So this might even be a work in progress for you. I know this is a work in progress for me as I'm even talking about this stuff. But what does this look like? If you could just give us a glimpse, what does this look like in your life? This idea of lamenting, this idea of naming the hope.
Patience.
Learning
that not everything is going to happen so quickly, and that not everything has to happen so quickly.
Sure.
Like learning your boundaries, learning where you need to be, not where everyone else is at, not where your best friend or your teacher or your peers are at. Yeah. Just learning that you're exactly where you need to be, and that patience is what you need to have in any situation, not just in family drama or relationship drama or school. Just knowing your boundaries, knowing that time's going to happen and it takes time to heal, and just patience.
That's good. I love how you said not. Yeah. Give it for Julia. Make some noise. Yeah. Because isn't it different when all of a sudden you're not reacting based on what someone else wants you to do? You're not reacting based on where someone else is, but you're discovering, no, this is where am I at? And what do I need to do? And how do I need to handle this? I love how you said there's that distinction there. So if you don't hear anything else tonight, here's what we want you to hear. Here's the big takeaway for tonight. That you have to feel to move forward. That in order to have ultimately find healing with pain and with suffering and with stress, in order to move forward, in order to figure out what the next steps are, you have to feel. It can't just be an escape. It can't just be burying your head. It can't just be acting like nothing exists, because at the ultimate end of the day, that does not heal us. We can get involved in things that we shouldn't get involved with. We can get into relationships and do things we shouldn't do in relationships, and get in relationships we shouldn't be in. We can get involved with people that we know we shouldn't be hanging out with, doing things we know we shouldn't do. We can try to numb the pain and drink the pain and whatever the pain away, but at the end of the day, it does not heal. God is the one that heals. And so in order to feel, in order to move forward, you have to feel. And that starts by naming your feelings. It starts by naming the stress in your life and naming how it makes you feel in an honest way.
For sure.
So, Julie, right before we pray, just sort of you get your final 2 minutes. Is there any other advice, anything else you want to say to encourage middle and high school students who are figuring out the stress in their life and figuring out this idea of you have to feel in order to move forward? What would be your advice? What would be any last words you'd say?
So me and Taylor have been talking about this for a very, very long time, dealing with my personal issues, is that you have to believe that God is going to meet you exactly where you are, that you don't have to be somewhere, or be doing something, and patience. That's something I've been having to work on for a very, very long time, is that, you're exactly where you need to be at. And it's okay to do things that are stigmatized as not okay, like crying. A lot of people are that's weak, including me. Sure. That's weak. I don't need to cry. That's a bit I don't need to do that. Mm-hmm. Crying is not bad. Putting your feelings out there and telling people how you feel, talking to God about it, talking to a peer, talking to a teacher, talking to someone you trust about how you're feeling. That's not always that's not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Putting your feelings on the line is creating vulnerability mm-hmm. and creating a relationship and a connection that you didn't know was possible. So, don't be afraid to be vulnerable with people. Mm-hmm. It's a really, really good thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And tonight we want to invite you to continue doing what Julia just said, to live that out in your groups tonight. You don't have to be forced to share anything. That's not what we're about here. If you're uncomfortable sharing in groups tonight, you don't have to. But we want to invite you, because for you, the next step might be to get honest about what's going on, to get honest about what's causing you stress, and to share that with other people that know you and love you, and a small group leader that cares about you a whole lot and will walk with you. So can we thank Julia one more time tonight for sharing? Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
So I'm going to invite our worship team up, and would you all pray with me? God, we come to you now, and God, with this many people here and the other people watching now or watching later online, God, we know that the stress that we have, God, it's too much to even list when we combine it all together. It's too much to name. God, and if we're being honest, our stress sometimes, it feels like it's too much for us to bear alone, for us to carry alone. And God, we are so thankful that you are a God that can handle us telling you our pain, telling you how we're feeling, telling you the good, bad, and the ugly, and that you can handle it. But God, we're more thankful even than that you're a God that gives us hope in the midst of our suffering, hope in the midst of our pain, hope in the midst of our stress. And God, tonight, as we think about this idea that we have to feel to move forward, God, I ask that you would walk with us and meet us where we're at, as Julia said. That we would be able to bring to you the things that stress us out, the things that cause us pain, the things that keep us up at night. God, that we would be able to bring those things to you and that you would hold it gently. God, that you would be able to walk with us, that we would be able to discover that a relationship with you can bring peace. That your mercy is new each day. So God, tonight we rest in your mercy. We rest in your grace. And we ask you to gently continue to lead and guide and carry us. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Friends, we're going to sing one more song together. And I want to invite you, as I said before, worship might be your thing. If it's not your thing, please respect this time for those around you. If you want to make your seat a place of prayer and pray where you are, you can. If you want to come up here and kneel like we sometimes do in the sanctuary or up here, you can pray here as well. So let's stand together. Let's sing.
When he told you you're not good enough, when he told you you're not right, when he told you you're not strong enough to put up a good fight, when he told you you're not worthy, when he told you you're not loved, when he told you you're not beautiful, you'll never be enough.
So, friends, I pray that you continue the conversation in small group. That you would remember what we talked about tonight, that you would continue the conversation about naming your stress, naming your feelings, naming what's going on, and being able to lament and remember the hope that God provides to us. So don't forget, next week, what is it? Worship night next week. We can't wait to see you here or online. We love you. Have a great week and have fun in your small groups, okay? See you next week.